Hi guys, my name is Hope, and today I want to talk to you about some books that I recently read and some books that I will be reading in the future. So the first one that I read this summer, I guess, it's called My Struggle, and it's by Karl Ove Knausgård. I'm not sure how you say it. In Serbian we say it Karl Ove Knausgård. So he is a Norwegian writer who lives in Sweden, and this is the second book in this kind of series. It is so lovely. If you haven't read it, I wouldn't really call it lovely. I would call it great, but the first one is great. It deals with the loss of his father and his funeral, and this one deals with his years, when he just got his daughters, and he's going back to his wife being pregnant. And I would totally recommend this. I really like it. It's sometimes it's misogynistic, but I have a lot of tabs here. There should be more. This is just some quotes that I liked, or commentary of mine on something that he said. Sometimes I might disagree with him, but the writing really makes it worth a while. So totally check it out if you haven't already. But I think that everybody has read this book because it was so popular before. And this is just such a wonderful little edition. It's a Serbian publisher, and they just make these lovely editions. Look at that. And the next one that I read is a book that I just put up a review of. It's The Tenant of Wildfell Hall, and this edition is just horrible. It's Wordsworth Classics. I like reading from it, but the paint gets off on your fingers, and the covers are always so disgusting. Come on. You could do better than this. But yeah, so that's the one. You can hear about it in my review. I'll link it down in my pants. And the next one that I read I really loved, and it is My Brilliant Friend by Elena Ferrante. This is also a Serbian edition of it. I really love these editions. It's the same publisher, actually. I love their books. Their name is Buka. So so this is how it looks. This is just such a wonderful story of a friendship. There is a main character called Lila and Elena. Elena is the one that's telling the story, and she has a best friend called Lila, and she calls her that. Everybody calls her Lena, and the writing in this one is really interesting. It's not beautiful in the same way you would expect it to be. I just really like it. Totally read this if you haven't. This is the first part of a series. It's called Neapolitan series. It has 4 books. I'm currently reading the second one, but more about that later. So yeah, if you haven't, but I'm sure you have, it's a very popular series. So totally read that one. And the last one that I'm going to be talking about that I read, it's called Truth and Beauty by Ann Patchett. And this is a memoir that Ann Patchett wrote, and it is basically about her dealing with the death of her friend. But after, it's about a relationship with her friend. It deals with the death, but only in the beginning, kind of last 5 pages or something. The whole thing is basically a friendship, and I really loved her friend. Her friend is just such an interesting character. She's just such an interesting human. She's interested in books and in films and writing. Both of them are writers, and she talks about that. So if you really like writing, nice friendships, something that you can read and sit around with a cup of tea or coffee and just enjoy it. If you love writing, if you write yourself, this is going to be really nice. And reading, she mentioned some books that she's read and what they've been doing, and it's a lovely book. It says in the ending, it's a lovely memoirs. It doesn't get lovelier than that, and that's exactly what it says on a quote in the back. I really like this one. Totally check it out. And Ann Patchett is wonderful. All of her books that I've read are just lovely. Belcanto, I read Truth About a Happy Marriage or something like that. I'm not sure about that one, the name, but those books are great. And the ones that I'm thinking about reading, there's a thing called Classicsathon, and Lucy the reader is hosting it, and it lasts, I think, the whole August, and basically you just have to read one classic book, and you're participating basically. So you can just choose whichever you want. I have a couple of these that I want to read. All of these are classics and they just like look wonderful. The first one is North and South by Elizabeth Gaskell. Again, the horrible Wordsworth Classics edition. But I really want to read this. I heard so many wonderful things about Miss Gaskell. I loved Jane Austen and the Brontes, and everybody says that I should totally read this one. I have Wives and Daughters by her, and also Cranford, but I feel like I should start with this one and then go on to the other ones. Some say that Wives and Daughters are better, so that's even better if I just start with this one and then I get to read the better one later. And then the next one is Far From the Madding Crowd by Thomas Hardy. I know, the only thing that I know about this is Miss Bathsheba Everdeen gets something, and like gets an inheritance from her uncle, I guess, and then she has to deal with that, and this is set in like Victorian times, so a woman gets an inheritance then, woo! So that's lovely. And then the next one that I want to read is by Virginia Woolf, and it's in Orlando. I started this before. I got like up to the page 84 and I just stopped for no reason, so I wanna like get back and read this. And then the next one is Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. It looks like this. So this is the spine. It's this little old penguin book. I started this again and I loved it so much, and I stopped. I had to study a lot, so I did not finish a lot of books. So this is also the one that I want to read. Again, I'm not gonna read all of these books in the month of August. I'm gonna try to read some of these. If I get to 2 classics and one of the other ones that I'm just gonna show, I'm gonna be happy. So the one that I'm currently reading, it's the second part of the Neapolitan trilogy, the one that I just spoke about, and this is again the beautiful Buca edition of the book. Wonderful. I love it. I got to the page 100 and I'm loving it. It's just so wonderful to read in the summer. I recommend this. If you don't have anything to read in the summer, read that. Then something that I'm also reading, and it's the collected stories of Lydia Davis. I have the dust jacket, but it's on my shelf. I really like this. It's a library copy. It has like 700 pages. I dipped in and out of it, and it is great. I listened to her talk. She is really smart. It's wonderful. Her stories are so simple and great. Try them out. Just try one and see if you like it. And the next one, I heard so many wonderful things before when I got it, and it's John Banwell, The Sea. I don't know anything about it, honestly. I just heard it was slow and wonderful, and I feel like this is great for the summer, so I'll check it out and I'll tell you what I think. And then there's one that I started reading. I got to the page 102 and I did not finish it. I did not feel like reading this book. This is Lincoln in Bardo by George Sanders, right? Yeah, Saunders. I listened to him speak. He is so interesting. This book seemed so interesting when I heard about it. It's the Man Booker Prize, and usually I love the books that win this prize, but this one was a miss for me, I guess. I just couldn't get into these. I'll show you. This is basically how it looks. So you get a text and then a character who's speaking it, and then like the characters change and everything. It's just, I'm not the biggest fan. Everybody loves it. It won the Man Booker Prize, so this is just me not liking this book. Tell me down below if you loved it. I might finish it just to see if I like it, but I don't know, man. Like 100 pages and I did not like it yet. I have so many wonderful books to read here, so maybe I'm not gonna, you know, bother with this. And that is all. Tell me down below what you're reading and tell me if you've read any of these books. Let me know if you liked any of them and which one should I read first from these classic ones. I'll link down Lucy's channel. She's so great. If you want to read some classics and you're not sure what to read, check her out. She has a lot of wonderful videos. So yeah, that's all. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!